Hi, this is MGTV. I'm Michelle Greenman, women's wellness coach, and of course, I teach women how to get healthy naturally without drugs, diets, or surgery, and really learn how to take care of themselves. Now, today we're going to talk about SAD. Now, SAD is actually stands for seasonal affective disorder, and this is when you feel a little bit down in the winter. No, it's not just because of Christmas or Valentine's Day or New Year's, but there's actually physical, chemical, and emotional things that happen on the inside of you that allow you to feel a little bit worse this time of year than any other time. Now, seasonal affective disorder actually affects more women, about 3 to 4 times more women than it does men. And the statistics that I found said about 4 to 5 million people in the United States are affected by it. And I actually didn't get stats on Canada, but that's a lot. That means that there is a percentage of every community that's feeling a little bit down in winter. If you are not one person who feels this way, you know somebody who feels this way. And so what happens with seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, is that during the winter, you actually start to get depressed. And this is mostly because you're not getting as much sunlight as you do in the summer. And that lack of vitamin D, that lack of light in your eyes, actually makes chemical changes in your brain. And so I'm going to give you a couple of things to do to make sure that you're affected less by this and actually recover. Number one is to get your circadian rhythm down packed. Now that means you can't have irregular sleeping patterns. Especially in the winter, it might be better for you to wake up earlier than usual to get as much sunlight as possible during the day, because it gets darker earlier all over the place in the winter, especially where I am. I actually have a vitamin D winter where I'm actually in a place on the globe that doesn't receive enough vitamin D, even if there is sunlight during the winter. And so taking vitamin D as a supplement is very helpful. But other things you can do is to get lights that are full spectrum and give you UVB rays in your house so that you actually can start producing your own vitamin D, or going to a place that allows you to get that type of light so you can actually make your own. That's going to be the best way to get it. Another thing that you can do with light therapy is using a Lux light or bright lights in the morning to help you put that circadian rhythm on track. Another thing that happens with food and mood is usually when we feel down and depressed, it's the perfect time for us to eat bad foods. Food and mood is so connected. So I'm actually going to put a link underneath. If you're actually watching this on my blog, if you put your name and email, one of these sites, you'll actually be able to sign up for emotional eating, where I talk about food and mood and that connection. If you're not on my blog, I'm going to put a link below so that you can get there and actually put your name and email there and get that training. Because a lot of the times we eat food because we're feeling bad, but that food actually makes us worse. It sucks energy from us and we start to feel even worse than we did to begin with. Now, the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is really figuring out your causes for stress. Each of us have a default of what happens when we're stressed. And if our default is unhealthy, we're going to feel awful. Even if we get over whatever's happened, we're going to still feel awful. And to change that, you really need to get down to why it is that you react the way you do to stressful situations, or what the cause is, or what the belief is behind how you actually react to situations. So all of our actual feelings comes from beliefs, from thoughts, from our self-talk. And so really getting underneath that and figuring out what is it that you need help with, what is it that needs to happen for you to feel safe or protected, happy, is really important. Now here's a bonus one. Exercise can definitely be a little bit of a cure-all. If you're doing it outside, you're going to get sunlight, if you're doing it during the day, of course, and really awesome fresh air. But exercise is a really good way to give you a boost of happy hormones. And so I'm begging you, make a difference when it comes to SAD, because you don't have to feel the way that you're feeling. Check out the food and mood. But if you specifically have problems when it comes to SAD and you need a little bit of a specific plan for you and your lifestyle, feel free to comment below. Let me know what's going on. I will contact you. We will figure out something that's going to help you. If you don't have SAD, but you know somebody who does, take some time, share the love, and forward this video to them so that they can learn that there are natural steps to be able to take care of this, and you don't have to be on medication every winter. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye.